Welcome. I'm Heather. Thanks so much for joining me for this 60-minute chair yoga practice to help you find your center, to help work out some of the kinks in your body, release some stress and tension, and help you feel calm and centered for the rest of your day. So if you'd like to join me seated on the chair, we'll begin in a position sitting up nice and tall with a nice aligned spine. So just noticing if you need anything to help you sit up a little bit taller. For example, for my chair, I use just a little block. You could use a cushion, whatever helps you relax and also remain aligned and upright. And if you'd like to place your hands in your lap, close your eyes. We'll start with just a check-in. We'll feel the soles of the feet rooted to the floor. And then bring your awareness slowly up your feet, your ankles, your lower legs, and knees. Slowly bringing your attention up through your upper legs, in your seat, where you feel the connection with the chair. Tuning into the sensations in your upper body, starting with your belly, moving slowly up to the middle of your torso and up through to your chest, your shoulders, your upper back, your arms, and all the way down to your hands, resting on your lap. Bring your attention slowly up your arms to your shoulders and your neck. Relaxing any tension in your face. Release your jaw. Soften it. Tune into sensation in your head, in your skull. And then bringing your awareness now down again into the body, and we'll begin to observe the breath without needing anything else. Just let yourself be here, witnessing the natural flow of your breathing. So at this point, we won't try to change it. Simply notice. Where do you feel your breath? Where does it expand on the inhale? And where does it release on the exhale? And now with each breath, we're going to slowly deepen our inhalation and see if we can sink it down more deeply into the belly. So filling up and exhaling, releasing through your mouth. For the first 3 breaths, we're going to release with a nice soft sighing sound like you're fogging up a mirror. We'll do that 2 more times, sinking the breath deeper. Exhaling to release with a sigh. One more breath. just letting your body and your mind know that it's time to just be, to just rest, to find that place where we feel balanced, where our nervous system is regulated. Through working with the breath, we'll continue that for the next few moments. We're going to this time inhale again, down into the belly. As you continue to inhale, let it rise up towards your chest. So we'll call this, it's actually called the three-part breath. We inhale into the belly, then we feel the ribs widen, and then finally we feel the breath up towards the heart and chest. Okay, we hold it just for a few seconds. I'm going to do a count for you the first few times, and then we exhale and release it all. And it kind of feels like it releases like that wave releasing from the top down. So wherever you are, we'll begin the inhale in 3, 2, 1, and in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just a couple more. In 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. In 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This time in for a deep breath. Fill right up. Hold it and release with a big sigh out through your mouth. Good. And then just let your breath go back to more of a natural rhythm. Continue to observe your breath as it flows in and out. And how you're feeling after doing that practice. And then we're going to start to move our bodies a little bit. So I'm going to take the block out and sit in the middle of the chair. Just continue to make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall and your feet are rooted to the floor. You can keep your hands resting in your lap. We're going to start with some neck rolls. So nice half roll from side to side. And you can synchronize this movement with your breathing. If you'd like to inhale one way and exhale the other way. Or just keep your breath flowing nice and slow and steady. Noticing how your neck feels today. It can often feel kind of crunchy, especially when it's quite cold out, like it is here today. Only if it feels good, see if you can rotate fully, but back off a little bit. Try not to take your neck as far as it can move. So just see if it feels okay to roll gently in one way. And then roll gently the other direction. If not, if it doesn't feel right for you to roll fully through the neck, then just go back to half rolls. And we'll come back to center, sitting up nice and tall again. And we want to make sure we do that when we move the neck around, that our chest is open, shoulders relaxed. As we turn the head to one side and come back to center, turn the head to the other side. We'll continue this. You could inhale to center and exhale to turn your head. And inhale to center and exhale to turn. Again, trying not to force your neck. Just gently support it to find a little bit more range of motion. The next time you bring your head to the side on the same side, just lower that chin down a little bit towards your chest. And inhale to lift your chin. Roll it back to center. And we'll turn the head to the other side and lower the chin. And hold that for another breath. And lifting up gently, lifting up through the chin, rolling it back to center. And we'll take it down towards the chest. And inhale to lift up. We don't have to take it too far up. Again, you want to make sure you're open through your shoulders. Exhale, release. 2 more times with the breath. Come back to center. And this time we're going to roll through the shoulders. So nice motion to loosen up here. Lots of tension typically carried in the shoulders. So just take our time to really move and feel. And again, you can inhale as you roll your shoulders up and exhale as you roll your shoulders down. Continue flowing in one direction. Really stay tuned in to how you're feeling as you move. And breathing. This time, opposite direction. Trying to release all that tension we often carry here. Again, especially in our cold climate, we're having winter right now in Manitoba, so it has been extremely cold. And it tends to make us hunch our shoulders or lift our shoulders up to ears. Just You might notice that. And then inhaling, lift your shoulders, like squeezing them up a little bit. And on the next exhale, breathe out through your mouth and let go with a sigh. Okay. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, release. Continue this for a couple more breaths. Just wringing out all that unnecessary holding. One more breath like that. Release that. Just wiggle out through the shoulders. We're going to roll through the wrists. Okay, so another area that can get quite sore, quite crunchy. Just move your hands however you'd like. We'll go in the opposite direction. And then we're just going to open the hands wide, stretch the fingers, and then just make a fist. And we'll go back and forth, just getting that little pump for the circulation in the hands, lubricating all the joints with some movement. And also, this movement actually strengthens the wrists. You might find that you're starting to get a little bit of feeling like you're doing some strengthening there. So just allow for that for a few more breaths. Okay. And then we'll shake that out. Just shake out through your hands. Breathe. We'll do a little bit of a deeper wrist stretch. So if you'd like to send your right arm straight out in front, we'll bring the left hand and the palm is facing up to begin. And we're going to gently press back on those fingers. Holding that for a few breaths. Keeping your right arm nice and straight. And then we'll flip it around and we'll turn so the fingers are pointing down and gently pressing on the back of the hand towards your body again. And then we'll release that and just give another shake to your hand and your arm. Okay. And we'll switch to the other side. Start with your palm facing up, stretch your arm out, bring your fingers back. And gently stretch here through your arm, your wrist. Staying steady and comfortable in your positioning, not just through your arm, but in your whole body. So check that out. Just make sure you're sitting up nice and tall and that your breath is flowing. We'll lift that hand up, release that hand, and then turn it so the palm's facing down and a gentle press in towards you. Continue to breathe here. And then we'll release that. And we're going to slowly shake out through that arm all the way up to the shoulder, feeling that movement. And then just finally shaking through both arms. Okay. Just let your arms swing a little bit back and forth. So if you have room, you're not bumping into anything behind you or your chair. Just let your arms swing. It's really another nice way just to get some of that release in the shoulders. Start to promote more circulation and energy flow. Continue for a few more breaths. And then slowly let your arms release. Just resting your hands again in your lap. We'll start to move a little more through the spine. So we're going to let the chest open, the shoulders roll back. And then we'll let the belly come in. We'll round the back so the chin comes down towards the chest. And just inhale when you're opening your chest, shoulders back, pull your elbows back. Exhale, you can let your hands slide to the front of your knees. Pull your belly in. Shoulders forward, chin down. Continue to flow through our seated cat-cow for the next few breaths. Waking up the spine, our central nervous system. Again, so it can have more energy flow. We're centralizing our focus here too to really ignite our energy flow through this central channel. So keep flowing back and forth a few more times. And two more. Just feel any of those sticky spots in your back. And we'll try to get into them and try to loosen them up gently. Encourage them to release. Okay. Come back to center, hands on the lap. Centering your positioning out after moving in and out of that. You can sort of get a sense of now, where is my center? Where is my center? Where I'm aligned from my root of my pelvis to the crown of my head. I can feel that inner alignment through that central core. I use that, to find where that is when I go in and out. And then when I come back, what helps my body feel that it's in that balanced state where the muscles can soften a little bit. And then we'll roll through the torso. So this movement now will come from the pelvis, okay? So we're going to do some pelvic rolls, loosening up again through the back and spine. Also getting that movement a little bit more into the low back. So again, just feel it, breathe through it. And we'll go in the opposite direction. And keep it flowing just a couple more times. Okay, we'll slowly come back to center. Bringing the left hand down to the seat of the chair. And with your right arm, let's slowly reach it up and come over. Okay, inhale just to rise back to center, reaching up, and exhale to come back into that. Try to keep both hips equal weight on the chair. Okay, a few more breaths here, flowing back and forth. Okay, this time inhale up, exhale over, reach, and let that arm start to slowly lower down on that side, and we'll circle it back up. Doing that one more time, reaching over, and then let that arm come down and circle it back. Inhale straight up and exhale to slowly release. Let's grab onto the chair on the right side with your right hand down. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, come over. Inhale to flow back to center. And exhale to move into that side extension. Continue to flow gently with your breath. Feet firmly rooted to the floor. Feet firmly rooted to your chair. Just a couple more. Next time, inhale, lift. Exhale, move over. Let that arm come down and open it out to the side. Inhale up again. Reach it over. Let it roll down, circling through that arm. One more time. Inhaling to rise up. Exhaling to release. Shake that out a little bit. The next thing we'll do is we'll just widen the feet a little bit on the chair, or on the mat. We're going to inhale the arms both up to the ceiling. Exhale, we're going to fold over our legs, and you could stay with your elbows resting on your thighs and just come into a half bend, or you can let your arms release down to the floor. The next time you inhale, slide your hands up to your thighs, press halfway up. You could already be there and staying there, or you could be, again, exhaling, coming down. Slide your hands back up to your thighs. This time, inhale all the way up, pushing through your legs, reach your arms, and exhale. I'm going to do that again, okay? Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold over, release into your forward bend, however you'd like. You can keep your hands or elbows on your thighs, or you can come all the way down. If you're coming all the way down, we'll do a little half lift on the next inhale, aligning your spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, sink. And then inhale, hands up to your thighs, push into the legs, come back to center, reach your arms. And exhale, release. We'll do that again, one more time. Inhale, arms. Flowing up, exhale, sink. Come over your legs. Release, either half or full forward bend on the chair. Inhale to come halfway up. Full, rooted through your feet. Exhale, sink. Inhale, hands into the thighs, reaching up. Exhale to release, hands down at your chest. Take a moment here, feeling into your back. And releasing your hands. We'll do one more pose before we come off the chair. And this one, we're going to reach for the back of the chair, wherever we can. So if I was sideways, Just showing you here. We're just going to reach and open and come into a little bit of a gentle back bend, okay? So firmly rooted on the chair through your seat and your feet, firmly rooted to the floor. Arms reaching, extend through your arms, let your upper body come forward slightly, open your chest. Just enjoy this posture for the next few breaths. Breathing through this shape. Stay here. Getting that nice opening in your upper back. So we often collapse here. So it's really nice to stay open and get the breath moving here. And then so slowly release your arms, come back to center, sit up nice and tall. Aligning again through the center, core of our body. And then the next few things we're going to do, just on the edge of the chair. So I'm going to turn my chair again. I'll show you. I'm going to sit sideways on the chair, if that's a possibility for you. I'm turning to the left side of the chair, or turning to face the left side, and my left hip is going to stay on the chair. Okay, my right hip's coming off the chair, and then I'm going to extend back a little bit with that right leg. See if that feels okay. If you can find a spot like a lunge position, right? The front leg stays at a right angle. And just see how that feels, extending your leg back a little bit, getting a little bit of a stretch there. If it doesn't feel good to extend too far back, just bring it forward, have the knee bent a little bit more, and just let that knee sink down to the floor here, okay? See if you can find a way, even though the right hip is off the chair, that we are staying balanced from side to side. So we're not letting that right hip drop down lower than the left. Keep it up. Keep it up. Okay, see what feels okay here to try our lunge position. You can hold onto the back of the chair. And if you'd want to go a little bit further with this one, you can let your arms reach on the next inhale. Holding them there for a few breaths. Finding a focal point on the floor or on the wall, staying rooted and steady for 2 more breaths. When you're ready, slowly release your arms, come back to center, bring that back leg in, and we're going to switch around, but not quite yet. We're going to do one pose before we do the other side. So I'm going to now come back to sit forward on the chair and sitting fairly close to the front edge, keeping that left knee bent, left leg in right angle position, right leg extended out in front, straight out in front. We're going to come over that front leg. So hinging forward from your hips, from your hip crease, trying to keep your back nice and straight. You can rest your left arm on your thigh. Bring your right hand to your thigh. And just until you can feel that stretch. You might even go a little bit further, but that's up to you. If you want to try sinking a little bit more down to the floor or reaching towards your foot. Okay, but tune into what feels right for your body and stay there. Holding for a few more breaths. And then we'll bring ourselves slowly back up to center. So push into the thighs, come back very slowly, releasing that. Okay. And then bringing that right leg in back to center. And we're going to turn to the other side of the chair. So now I'm going to keep the right hip on the chair, right leg in that right angle position, and extend back through the left leg. So find your position. It can take just a little bit to find it where it feels like you're getting a little bit more of a stretch in that back leg. Again, if it feels too much to extend it too far back, just let that knee sink without dropping the hip, okay? And then find it. Once you do, hold it. It'll feel comfortable and steady. You can hold it steady. And if you'd like, you can slowly reach your arms, inhaling and exhaling. Releasing your shoulder blades down your back. Holding for 2 more breaths, find a focal point. Good. Slowly release your arms as you exhale. Release your positioning. You can bring that leg back slowly and slowly center again on your chair. Coming to the front edge of your chair, keeping your right leg in right angle, extending your left leg out in front. Toes are pointing up towards the ceiling, finding that stretch, also keeping a micro bend in your knee. So we're not hyperextending through that knee joint, and you're folding from your hips, keeping your back nice and straight and long. Keeping your neck in line with your spine, your chin just comes down slightly towards your chest. Find what helps your positioning, find what helps your body feel just right, just the right amount of stretch. If you'd like to go deeper, of course you can. Let your upper body sink a little bit more, perhaps having the hands on the floor. And we'll stay here for just a few more. And then slowly bring your right hand back to your thigh, your left hand, push into the legs, come back to center, inhaling and exhaling. Releasing that posture, tuning into how you feel. All right, we are going to slowly come off the chair. And let's try that practice we did. We did this last time. So we're going to push into the feet. Our legs are in right angle. Your hands can be on the thighs, coming up slowly off the chair. Okay, so we're going to lean forward, lift up through the hips, come up to stand in chair position. So we're not coming all the way up. We're keeping our knees bent, hands on the thighs. And then reach for your chair just to make sure when you lean back or come back to the chair, you're coming back onto that chair. Okay. And then pushing into the feet, using the strength of your legs to lift up to chair position, holding that. And then where's the chair? Slowly coming down. We'll do that 2 more times. Okay, holding that. And then slowly coming back down, strengthening those legs. You might feel a little bit of slight burn in them. That's okay, as long as it's manageable. We're building some strength. Okay, hold this one. Plant your feet firmly into the ground. Root down as you straighten up through your legs. Keep your legs firm as you stand. Keep standing nice and tall, and then release. And we will stand beside the chair. I'm actually going to show you um, a downward dog stretch on the chair. So we've done this before. You can either bring your hands to the chair, to the seat of the chair, like this, and extend through the back. Or if that feels like too much, you can always keep your hands on the back of the chair, on the seat back, however you'd like to. You find your positioning here. Both are great. Okay. And just easing into it, finding your positioning, breathing through it, softening the body, even though we're using some effort to stretch and lengthen our back. There's also a balance point where we also soften and release. So we're not pushing too hard, becoming too rigid with it. So see if you can play with that balance point, okay? And you should be able to still breathe. Sometimes when the breath gets a little shallow, it means we're pushing a little bit too much. And just be here for a couple more breaths. Next time you inhale, bend the knees, bring the hands, maybe wherever they need to be, just slowly come back. Okay. We're in downward facing dog, and then we're moving up into mountain, releasing that, standing up nice and tall. Let your shoulders relax. Tune into how that feels in your body as you release the pose. Okay. And then we're going to use the chair for a couple balancing postures. So the first one being the tree pose. So I'm placing my left hand on the chair, and I'm going to root down through the left leg, lift up through the right. And maybe we just take that, maybe the toes stay down with the knee open out to the side, and you're resting your heel on the inside of your lower leg there. Okay. If you want, you can try bringing that leg a little or foot a little bit higher up the inside of the lower leg. We never want to put pressure on the knee, the inside of that knee joint. So just keep it either below. If you really want to go for it today, you could try bringing that foot up above. You decide. Just make sure you keep that standing hip nice and firm and steady. We're not collapsing into it. So we're staying open and strong and steady in that standing leg as well, okay? If you'd like, you can bring the right arm straight up in the air, holding this. 2 more breaths. You guys are doing awesome. Find a focal point. Find a place to just keep your mental gaze focused, which in turn helps your physical body find balance too. Okay, and then we'll release and release that leg. Good. Just lift up through that right leg again, just for a little bit of rolling out through the hip. And then a little ankle roll too. Release that. We're going to switch sides before we're going to do one more balance pose, but let's switch sides. Let's stand up nice and tall on the right side. So lifting up through your left foot, finding your positioning on this side. You could bring that leg up a little bit more. Find a focal point. In yoga, we call that our drishti. It's very important when we want to balance, be focused. It improves our concentration, our ability to stay in the present moment. So you can reach that arm up if you'd like. Holding for 2 more. And slowly release that arm. Slowly release that leg. And then just lift it back up, roll through the hip. Roll through the ankle. Wonderful. Before we switch sides, we're going to do one more balance pose. So same thing. We're going to stay on the same side. We're going to lift up through the left foot. See if you can hold onto your ankle. If that's not possible for now, no worries. There's ways to support our body in this position. We could loop a belt around our ankle to use for an extension in case it doesn't feel right to bend your knee this much. So just see what's manageable today. No worries if this is not appropriate for you. Just rest at this time. Go back to ankle rolling or review the tree pose again, okay? Holding just for another breath or two. And slowly release. Okay, we'll switch sides for that one. We'll come to the other side of the chair. And stand on the left leg, left foot, and see if you can reach up through that right leg, holding on to it behind. Good to find a focal point. Again, be in whatever position you need to be in and honor that. Honor that. We watch what's going on internally as well as what's going on physically in our body. So if our thoughts come in and they're starting to get a little judgy, we just say, hey, I'm doing my best and I'm happy with the results. And yoga is a consistent practice. It's a lifelong journey. So we're not meant to master each pose. The first few times we do it, it can take very, very much a long, consistent, steady practice. And we use effort to keep us in our posture, but also that letting go when we need to. Okay. So releasing that and just step your feet or step your legs out a little bit. Lift your knees back and forth. Do a little marching on your mat here. Continue for a few more breaths. Okay, then release. Bring your feet a little bit wider. We'll roll the hips out. Opposite direction. And then come back to center. We are going to come back to sit on the chair. Have anything you need close by. I'm going to do just a couple more postures and then end with about a 5-minute relaxation on the chair. So the first one is we're going to see if we can do that figure 4 reclined pigeon position. We're going to lift up through that right knee. Again, just roll out that ankle a little bit more. We'll start this one here. Okay, flex and point. And then we'll see if we can bring that ankle across to rest on the left thigh. Okay, this could be enough here. You could maybe even need to slide your left foot out a little bit to see where you need to be. Sit up, try to sit up nice and tall. Get those sit bones connected down into the chair. Sit right on top of them. Okay, flex your foot just a little bit. Bring the toes in towards the knee, just to make sure that ankle's aligned here. Hold here if it feels good. You could, again, sink forward from the hip crease, from the hip joints, and find your spot. Find what place is like, yeah, this is exactly where I need to be to feel just the right amount of sensation, not too much, not too little. I'm finding that through this exploration of the body. And I'm not forcing, I'm letting go. I'm using consistent effort to keep me here, keep my focus, keep my body where it needs to be, but also I'm letting go of the results. I'm just being here. Okay, one more breath. Inhale to come back to center. Just work out that hip a little bit more. Just rock it from side to side. And release it. All right. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to bring that other knee in. See if you can squeeze it in a little, roll through the ankle. Opposite direction. Flex and point your foot. And then resting that ankle. This side might feel a lot different. Typically mine does. So just find what you need. Find what positioning feels good. Once you find it, sit up nice and tall. Okay, so we're not feeling, we could be feeling, some level of intense stretch, but we're not going to the point of pain. We're still able to breathe. We're still able to relax. Our jaws unclenched, our shoulders released down the back. If you want, come forward slightly. Rest here. And then next inhale, we'll slowly come back to center. Rising up, releasing that leg, hold on to it, rock it out. Good. Bring your feet together. Knees are a little bit wider apart. You're sitting right on the front of the chair. You're opening those legs and closing them. And opening and closing. It's like a butterfly position. We're sitting up nice and tall. And closing one more time. Open and close. Good. All right, come back to your chair. Sit up nice and tall. Okay, one more pose before our relaxation. You guys have done amazing. Okay, so we're going to slowly do a twist. We're going to reach back for the back of the chair with the left hand. Bring the right hand around to the outside of your left knee. Find a place to land there. I like to place the back of my hand against the leg, but you decide what feels right. We're starting this twist in the belly. We're keeping a little bit of engagement of, imagine you've got a ball between your knees, or you could even, if you had a block handy, you could put that between your legs. You're squeezing just a little bit, either on that imaginary ball or the block. And that helps to keep everything lined up in your pelvis. So we're twisting, not through the hips, not through the pelvis, but just through that belly, the ribs, the shoulders, finding that beautiful wringing out, that squeeze of all the stress and tension our spine, our back carries. Keeping your head, you can keep your head in line with the center of your body. You don't have to crane your neck around. That should just happen naturally when the shoulders are able to go back a little bit more, but don't force it, okay? The neck should feel comfortable. We aim for our whole positioning to feel comfortable and steady. Our breath flows in and out, slow and steady. Holding for one more breath. At the end of this exhale, slowly unwind, come forward, set up nice and tall. Okay, let your back release for a moment before you do the other side. And then when you're ready, reach around. Find your twist on this side. Find it started here in the belly. Let the ribs spiral, opening through the shoulders. Holding for two more breaths. At the end of this exhale, release, slowly unwind. Come back to center. Let your back release. Maybe there, it feels like there's a nice little counter pose for that. Maybe feel like doing another few rounds of the cat cow. And just let your body decide. Follow that more when we're more connected to our whole self. We get guided by an intuitive sensing, and we just follow whatever our body's leading us into. So just tuning in. What is my body asking me to do now? What does it need now? It'll speak to you in the language of sensation. You'll get to know, and you'll be able to give your body what it needs. Okay, we're going to come into our meditation or relaxation. Feel free to support your back again. Come into a very comfortable place where you can stay aligned through your back. Your shoulders release. They're aligned over your hips. Okay, tune in, drop in, stay inward. Connect again to your breath, but just let your breath breathe you now. My breath breathes me now. I'm being breathed by my breath. For these last few moments, there's nothing else you have to do. Return to your center anytime your mind wanders. And let's come back into the heart center. Let's feel that area inside. Let's let the breath flow in and out of this space, nice and softly and gently. Imagine a beautiful, glowing, warm light here, shining a bit brighter with each breath. And this light starts to expand outwards from your center throughout your entire body. This is your inner radiance. This is your inner light that you can rest in. You can feel into that light. Let it shine. And before we come out of this place, just ask yourself from your heart center, staying connected here, what are you grateful for? What do you feel grateful for? Just let it come. Try not to go back into like thinking about it. Just feel it. Feel that. Let it come from within. Let the answers come from within yourself, from your heart. What am I grateful for? And then beginning to deepen your breath. Bring a smile to your face. Feel your smile. I once heard how you can break the word smile into an acronym, meaning start my internal love engine. I just love that because you really do. You feel your smile igniting that light, that sense of opening to love in the heart when you smile. It's a very simple thing to do, but sometimes we need a little reminder. Keep your smile. Keep your smile close and take time to feel it and feel that beautiful light in your heart center, who you really are beyond everything else. Okay, thank you so much for practicing today. If you have any comments you'd like to share, feel free. And yeah, keep coming back, keep tuning in to your center. And I hope to see you again. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.